Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Welcome to Mathlete Training for Kids and Teens. It's MWMD. Matt's with Mr. D. Matt's with me. And boy, oh boy, do I have some nice problems for you to look at today. We got some nice stuff. Shall we get the show on the road? You know the drill, or if you've been here before, if you're new to MWMD, and because I'm doing it on we're on Facebook Live, and I'm adding a stream on YouTube as well. Here's the first question to get you in. Remember, this is Mathlete Training, so what we're focused on is not the normal stuff that you do in school. We like to think about it as the problems that really get you to think, to be creative, to develop the skills that will really get you going in maths in school and beyond. Help you to get access to, if you want to be at the top of your game and enter maths competitions and win. This is the kind of stuff you want to be doing. The question is there. I thought it was there before, but hey, I'm still learning. I've been doing this for about a month now live, and the idea of managing the screens and all of that, it's a bit, I think personally doing the maths is easier. But I am your teacher. I am also your distraction, because I like to give you some time to think and try and do the question. So right now, you should be reading and doing the question, not listening to me. I'm operating, it's a live show, so I can't just have a dead, frozen screen. I gotta do something, gotta wiggle my head around, like if it's a header or something like that. And you just gotta ignore, all you're doing is working through your question, ignoring the smarty pants kid in your class. That's me, teacher, and smarty pants in your class. And ready. Just pay. Once you hear me say we're gonna go, let's start going through this, or you'll see the board. I'll start doing the question. You'll know. You'll get the hang of it. Okay. The other bit there is the power of the pause. I'm gonna start using that for the power of the pause. Because, hey, you can pause the live stream. So if you need more time before, I start going through it, but you think, hey, I'm on to this, you get going, you pause the video, and then you can see my solution after. The other bit, what you can't do is fast forward, but do appreciate that even if you got it right, what's more important than the answer with what we're doing is how, the method. Was your method the most efficient method? So for example, by now I'm hoping that you have 55 as your answer. Yes, I just did that. I just told you the answer to this question is 55, but I'm interested in how. Did you see and use a pattern in those numbers to get 55 as your answer? And that's what I'm going to show, a pattern, a nice way, quick strategy to add numbers, an inclusive set of numbers. Okay, so that's my cue. I'm gonna do my first question now. I'm just always checking what's going on the screen, etc. Always having a look and trying to be by the way, I'm gonna get start doing like an assistant thing to get help with this, so we can have more stuff going on in the chat and more going on the screen. I got big plans for this. Right, some of all the integers. How did you do this? How did you get your 55? Yes, the answer is 55. Let's look at it. Let's look at the question. I want the sum. Sum is the answer you get when you're adding. And it's really important. If you have the answer right, to pay attention to method. You might learn something from that. And all the integers and numbers, whether or not, that's right, fractions or decimals. So a number. So we're dealing in this case. It's going to be positive integers because we want from 1 to 10 inclusive. So the numbers you're adding, I wanted you to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10. And I am so not going to be joining a choir anytime soon. But I can confirm to you that when I was younger, when maybe I was 7 or something like that, before the I was in my choir, and I remember singing, I had a dream, a fantasy. I remember singing that song. I don't remember the rest of the song, but I remember those two lines. If you know that song, the name of the order, come on, post it. I'll check. Let me see if you can jog back my childhood memories, my beautiful childhood memories. Okay. That was beautiful. Those were the days. Those were the days, you know. Right. Let's see what we're doing here. Look at this. 1 and 10. What's 1 plus 10? Oh, 2 and 9. What's 2 plus 9? Order does not matter in addition, does it? In addition, order doesn't matter. And look what's happening. 1 plus 10 will give me... Yeah, are you seeing what I'm seeing? It's going to give me 11. 9 plus 2 is also going to give me 11. Do you see where I'm going with this? Is this where you went with this? Big strategy here when you get questions like this. I could say add all the numbers inclusive from -5 to 17, from whatever it is. This strategy is going to help you out a lot if you spot this grouping pattern. If I have 3 and I join it, combine it with 8, plus 3 plus 8, what do I get? 11. How many 11s am I going to get? The next ones are the 7 and the 4, the 6 and the 5. Folks, I didn't give you an addition question. Oh, did you spot that? You know, let me know. I'm watching. Did you spot that? Let me know. Put it up in the chat if this was your approach. Do you deserve to be doing the dance if this was your approach? I didn't give you an addition problem. I framed it as an addition problem, but it's actually a multiplication. It's a spot the pattern, devise a strategy that utilizes multiplication. You have 5 lots. 5 lots of 11 is what you actually have. The answer to this question is 11 times 5, which is equal to 55. That is the strategy you wanted in this question. Now, at some point, because this screen, I'm writing too big. You can see it now. Remember, we were adding all the numbers from 1 to 10 inclusive. Look at this, 11. I have that number 11 there. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I said add all the numbers from 1 to 10. 1, 10. What's the relationship? 1 and 10. If I add 1 and 10, I get that 11. There is a formula for this. Most people on the planet in the UK, they never see the formula, the method for this until they do A-level. I'm not going to show it to you. No, I'm not going to show you the formula, the general formula for the sum of for doing this kind of summation. But maybe you can come up with something. Type in the formula, see what you come up with there. But one day we'll work it out. And I need to keep going up on the screen. I've been all day today. I've done a lot of maths today. I was doing some probability work earlier for tree diagram stuff, for more tailored to GCSE stuff. If you want, check out the YouTube channel. That you'll see lots of videos there expanding back algebra and probability stuff, more secondary level. But we're adding videos like crazy, really. Okay, so you got this one, you spotted. Did that feel good? It's an addition problem that became multiplication. That's what is required. Spotting patterns, using strategies that exist within those patterns. That is what's required to become a champion mathlete, to excel at your exams, to excel at competitions, to be a mathematical superstar, going on to do super in data science and all of those kind of things. You know, robotics. Oh, robots are just mathematical machines. Are you going to control the machines, or are you going to be controlled by the machines? I always have my machine friend. I haven't shown it in a while. This is Boost. You got a Boost. I got Boost. I got, where is this thing? I got Sammy. Do a lot of stuff with robotics. All of that, you can learn more on the website. You know, we do a lot of stuff. You know, and I'll start to showcase some of the robotics. I'll do some lessons on robotics online, get you a sense of what you can do if you join one of our clubs. But let us move on. I got another. I decided today for be a special, so we got some few specials. You enjoyed that one? How about this one? Now this is take it easy, take it light. You know, let me pop and see what was going on in the previous question. Get a sense of what's happening there. Right. Okay. Yeah. Big smile. How much money? Money is important. Money is very, very important. Gonna be doing some stuff on calculus. Calculus is gonna start featuring. I'm gonna start doing stuff for. I mean, right now this is targeting, you know, young people up to about 13. I think would benefit the most from these. But for older kids and even adults, we're gonna be doing stuff for you coming up quite soon. A lot of things to be added. A lot of freebies. For you to get a full sense of what's the benefits of if you you'll benefit from them directly. You'll benefit even more, obviously, if you decide to join one of our clubs. Right. Cost 20 for. Did you look at the numbers and words? 7.5 minutes. I'll be honest with you. The original question. This is from Primary Maths Challenge. Did I modify it? I said I kind of modified it. It doesn't look exactly the same. 7.5. I actually decided to write it in words because putting the half, I could put a half, putting the equations, but a half, then you have to change the font. It gets complicated. Don't worry about it too much. Okay, so 7.5 minutes. And you pay 20p for 7.5 minutes. And if I leave my car there for 1 hour, an hour is how many minutes? Yeah, 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Thank you very much for that. So 60 minutes. Yeah. Right. And how much must I pay? What was your strategy for this one? Did you get a very clear strategy, a winning strategy for this one? And always got to be, yeah, we're looking good. You know, can I just say, by the way, sorry for those who have had freezing, etc. I mean, we're running on an upgraded system where running the video should be the feed should be coming from a different server, and you shouldn't have freezing. I hope that improves everything, everybody, because we have had a couple sessions where we're just getting into the mats, and then technology becomes a barrier. You know, what I have, however, realized is that even when that happens, it seems the video, if you watch the video later, it seems to be fine. So I just need to. That's why if you say it's freezing in a comment, don't think I'm ignoring you. It's just from what I'm seeing is that at the end, even if you have that bad experience while it's live, if you watch back at it later, it seems to be fine. So I just got to keep going and not talk about the technology bit. The other bit I'll say even on that is at the moment, if you hear a little bit of noise in the background, it's a side effect of doing this work at home, which is what we have to do in the current situation. The little one is having a bit of a cry. So, hey, I'm trying to be professional, but life is what it is. And this is about keeping it real. And let's get down to the mats. Shall we get down to the mats? Yeah. But it'll be boring, won't it? Yeah, it would be boring if all I did was the mats. All these videos which they say, you do this operation, and then you do the other operation, and the operation that. All these formalities are boring. 20p for 7.5 minutes. You've had enough time. I should be seeing loads of answers coming up now, or people will watch it later, etc. Because I know some people are not everybody's watching it live. 20p for 7.5 minutes, and he's thinking, how do I get from 7.5 to 60 minutes an hour? This is the idea. 20p, that was 7.5 minutes. Proportional thinking will get you through. If I double 7.5, what do I get? Double 7.5, you get 15 minutes, and now you should smile. If you weren't smiling before, there should be a big smile on your face. And proportional reasoning, if I'm making the time bigger, multiplying, I need to make the money bigger, so it's going to be 40p for every 15 minutes. And then from 15, can we go to 60 minutes from 15? Yeah. If I have a 15, another 15, that's 30, another 15, that's 45, another 15. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. That's 60, so I'm multiplying by 4. So if I multiply by 4, 160 pence, it's going to cost £1.60. Well, I was going to put P again. £1.60 pounds of UK money for an hour. And I can tell you, if you can find somewhere, let me be serious about this. If you can find somewhere in the UK where you can park for £1.60, you're doing for an hour, You're definitely not in central London. I could, yeah, central London, the places I've gone, £4 for half hour, £4 for 30 minutes. My goodness. London, the pound is very valuable. Is it the most valuable currency on the planet? Maybe there might be one thing I'm thinking. This might be another type of pound for another country that might be more valuable, but a valuable currency. But this place is expensive. The UK, things are expensive. And on that note, where we're talking about money, we're talking about expensive, you probably finished this question really fast and you were thinking this guy's just yap. I'm a professional at yap. But talk is what, it's about being social. It's about being social, and we were talking about money. I'm going to, boom. Look at this one now. Let me see how long you take. That ain't going to take you you did the previous question in 30 seconds, some of y'all? Let me see how long you'll take to do this. I think I can probably finish my drink and you won't be finished with this one. Read carefully, see what you come up with. And don't be taking the whole session for this. No, because I got a couple other specials. I got to watch the time, but I got lots of specials. Some of them will run over to tomorrow because I've been talking so much. But it's good. Is it good? If it's terrible, tell me it's terrible. And I want to change. I want to improve. I want to be better for you. You shouldn't really be listening to me now. You should be doing your work, shouldn't you? Concentrate, young person. Manage your distractions. And this one, pause button is going to be really useful for this one, because maybe I am going to start doing it because I really want to do one of the other ones that will make you probably slower. You got to try. I need, in every session, you have to fail. If we run a problem solving set where you don't say at least one question is hard, or you don't know what to do for at least one question, then I have failed. I've had a terrible 30 minutes. And I'm not going to let that happen. Or I'm going to try my best. I'm learning, And if it is that all the questions are too hard, that's terrible as well. I need to make sure I'm getting the balance right, because I am here to serve you. And I'm going to start serving you a solution to this problem, how you work it through. A lot of text. And remember, if you don't want the solution as yet, pause. You pause and have control. Of course, you have to listen to me yap again after, but this is life. Let's start doing this. The Kimbai's 200, you got highlighter is really important with these questions. This is like from functional skills, and I'll tell you a secret. It's actually from a calculator paper, but if you even look at a calculator now, you're being a naughty person. Don't look at a calculator. I chose it because I know you can do it. We can do this without a calculator. Shibai, important information. Name Kim, whatever. 200 mugs, 125. 100 pans, 380. Okay, right. Should I work out how much money she spent on mugs? Let's I know I'm gonna have to do something with that. I kind of skim and just start doing calculations. So the first calculation, I'll just get on and do it. I'll figure out how I'll use it after, but I haven't read through the whole question. What I'm doing now is I'm modeling a process, the way I approach problem solving. In a question like this, it's going to be worth a lot of marks because there's lots of steps, and just by even without finishing the question, if you get answers to partial steps, you're going to get marks. So the first thing I would know is I'll just put mugs, and the cost of the mugs is going to be 200 multiplied by 125, and I'm going to rewrite that. I won't write it like that because it's easier to see the 125 first. 125 times 200, which means I'm doubling that. 125, if I double 125, that's 250. And if I multiply £2.50 by 100, so the whole 200, I'm going to get 250 pounds. I'm going to get 250 pounds, okay? The other way of thinking about it is for 200, if you thought about it 200 by 1, that's 200, and 0.25 is, what's 2.25 as a fraction? Yeah, it's a quarter. So what you have is a quarter of 200, which is 50, and the whole thing, so 250. That's one thing. Mugs, the cost of the mugs, 250. Note also I'm using, I just try to label everything. 1 or 2 words so somebody knows what's the calculation about. The second calculation I can do from this is I'm going to do pans. So I'm just going to write it down in here because space is a premium. You're going to, you can work a lot neater than me. But I need to try and get everything to fit on the screen. So pans That's going to be £3.80 by 100. And that is, well, multiplying by 100, that's going to give me 380 pounds. Don't know where I'm going, but in terms of, and what she sells. So this is buying. I need to put the word buy. This is all cost. So I'll put a cost. This is a cost. That's money going out. That's expenses, you know, so how much she paid for the mugs, okay? And then she's selling them. So we're going to have to work. We're looking for profit. I see that word profit down there. Where do I go next? I can do as my third step, and I know I have money, because if I want to talk about profit, I'll put that formula down. But total, if I put the total cost now, my total cost, my third line is going to be the 380. And 380, I need to add 250. How you feel about that? Yeah. And that gives me 630. So what I'm looking at is a situation. I added these two numbers, 500, 80 and 20 would give me 600. I got 30 left from the 50, 630. So the total cost, what I can say now is total cost is 630. The other bit, what I can mention now, because I'm thinking about that word profit down there, and what we want to remember, keep in the back of our mind, is that profit is equal to revenue. So how much money you've made from your sales, revenue take away the total cost. So I'm going to be taking away that 630. Something take away 630, I need to check if it's going to be at least 225 pounds. Then she'll be correct. If it's not 225 pounds, she won't be wrong. So now we're thinking about the revenue. We're thinking about the revenue for this problem. And I'll do those revenue calculations. I'll use my space down here. I know I'm pressed for space, but we can get it to fit. Or I might even get something. I might even be able to get something in there. I might be able to do a calculation in there as well. Yeah, so what do I need to do now? She sells all the mugs. That was easy. And down here in this box is the cost of the mugs. The price is below. So every mug is sold for £1.80. Okay. And can I just confirm what I've done here? It's what came to my mind first, but this is by no means the only way to do this question. This question, there's lots of ways to do it. Okay. I'm doing the method that came to my mind first, and I'm happy so far. Okay, so mugs. So the next step I would do is I'm thinking about revenue. So revenue, and I'm going to put a little 4 in there. And for the mugs, if I sold all the mugs, that's going to be 200 multiplied by £1.80. And that means I need to double 180. And if I double 180, it's going to be £3.60. £3.60, and I have the 2 zeros. Remember, I did £1.80 by 2 is 3.60, £3.60. So by 200, it's going to be 360 pounds. So that's my fourth calculation. The mugs, the total sales for the mugs is 360 pounds. 360 pounds for the mugs. That is, yeah, that's calculation number 4. Calculation number 5, whoa, 5 gets complicated because she sold, what have I just done there? I've dealt with the fact that she sold all of the mugs. That's how much she got for the mugs, 360 quid. Now she sells 65, so not all of the pans, 65 of the pans at £5.20. 65 of the pans were sold for £5.20 each. I'm thinking, I don't really like that calculation, but I think I can deal with that. And let's just show you how we will deal with that particular calculation. Now at this stage is where I'm sort of regretting the method that I've taken, because I could have been focusing on the profits only, but I didn't do that. I'm grinding, but we're gonna do it. Here we go. So next bit, stage 5 of this problem. And I'm regretting my method, but stage 5, 65 pans, that's going to be £5.20 multiplied by 65. And look how we're going to do that. We're going to manage that. I'm going to do it stage 1. I'm going to work out £5.20. Actually, I shouldn't put an equal sign because I'm going to do it in pieces. How can you do that? You can multiply by 50. then I can multiply by 10, then I can multiply by 5, and then I can add up all the values. That's how you can do that. So if you have, and again, an opportunity here, I'm going to make space, an opportunity here to pause and work it out. And yes, I am regretting this. There was another way I can do, which I'm almost certain is faster without a calculator, but we can do it. We can make it happen, okay? So multiplying by 50. Big tip here. How do you multiply by 50 really easily? Okay? And what you need to recall is multiplying by 50. So I will just do this calculation. I'll just put it to the side here, and this is what you're thinking. If you have 520 multiplied by 50, different ways you can do it. You can just do 52 times 5, but the other way of thinking about it is 5 pound 20 multiplied by 100 divided by 2, because 100 divided by 2 is 50. Multiplying by 100 gives me 520, and then now I have the 520 divided by 2. I want half of 520. Half of 52 is 26, so half of 520 is 260. So the sales for the 50, that's 260 pounds. The sales for the 10, well, multiplying by 10, that's going to give me 52 pounds. I'm just shifting what we visualize. The decimal point never moves, but what you're visualizing is if I got 5 pound 20 10 times, I can visualize it as shifting the numbers to the left, 52 pounds, or moving the decimal point 1 place to the right, 52 pounds, multiplying by 10. So that's the 5 pounds 20 by 10. And then multiplying by 5, what's the link there? Multiplying by 5 is half of multiplying by 10. So what I can add on quite quickly there is 26. And you see how the numbers work out. The 260, 52, we're using those numbers 52 and 26 a lot in our calculations. Multiplying by 65, you might think it's a bit scary. And note, I'm explaining it reasonably slowly. These are calculations that can happen at speed in your mind. I'm just going through so you can actually see that process, and quickly we can add this up using whatever method of adding addition you're comfortable with. I get the 8, 11 and 2 is 13. I have the 1 to carry over. So what am I doing there? That's 338 pounds. So 338 pounds is what we're looking at there for the 65 pans. Whew. So far, are we done in terms of our revenue? I have for all the mugs. So let's go back to this question. Where are we at so far? Whoa, and so many things going on here. I have the calculation for all the mugs. And remember, even at this stage, if you think you can finish the job, you still have the power of the pause. I'm going to coin that. Can I copyright that? I don't know. The power of the pause. Use the power of the pause to learn. So you can pause and see if you can finish the question. Everything's on the screen there. You have some of the numbers. Pause the video and see if you can finish. There's nothing better than finishing the job for yourself. Right, next one, 65 pans. We're done with the 65 pans, so we're done with that. That was 65 of them. This was all of the mugs. And now she reduces the price, oh boy, reduces the price for the rest of the pans by 10%. A lot of information there. Let's deal with this idea of reducing the pans by 10%. Okay, let's deal with that there. And what you were just seeing there, actually I should have showed you that's the other method that you could have done it. You know, pause the video and look through and see if it makes some sense. That method, that's what I was putting in. That's the way I did it. I think I looked at this a couple days ago, and that's the way I did it, but I chose to do it differently today. Okay, fun for the brain, but I regret it. Okay, so you have that there, and I need space, so I'm gonna delete that. And right, what are we looking at now? How many more pans? So stage 6 of this problem. Stage 6 of this problem. It's a chunky one. I think in the test, actually, I think this was like 8 marks. So you can see why. It requires a fair amount of work. But we're going to get this done. Let us continue. We are going to get this done. We have reduces the rest of the pans. How many pans did we shot? Rest of the pans. So I'll put rest. Need more space than that. So go up. Can I go up anymore? Yeah, it'll come up. It'll adjust. Rest of the pans, that's my title. How many pans were there to start off with? 100. How many did she sell? 65. 100 take away 65 is 35, thank you very much. The 35 pans. And then, where's the pans? 35. The cost is new price. I'm going to put new price. Should reduce by 10%. Should reduce by 10%. What's 10% of £5.20? The original selling price was £5.20. Come on, give me my space, give me my space. The original price was £5.20. She's reduced the price. She reduced the price by 10%. So we got to take away 10% of £5.20 is 52p. Take away 52p. I'm going to do that using a number line idea. I'm going to draw a number line. I'm going to think 520, and if I took away 20p, I'm going to get to £5. And then I need to take away, in total, I need to take away 52, so I need to take away 32. I'll take away 30p. That will give me the £4.70, and then I can take away 2p, and that will give me £4.68. So you see lots of strategies that we're looking, and hopefully you're getting out of this, of how you can manage these calculations without a calculator. So the new price is, after a 10% discount, is £4.68. £4.68 is what we have for our new price. 35 pans sold at £4.68. That's the next calculation we need to do, and trust me, the other way was a lot easier. The other way, right, I just worked for the profits, a lot easier. This is long, but it gets the job. If you took another approach and want to share that other approach similar to what I did there, yeah, go for it. This method, it works, but it's inefficient. 468 revenue. I'll put revenue from rest. And what we see is that she sells all of the pans at the reduced price. All of the pans were sold at the reduced price. So what are we doing now? If I number my things clearly to show my story, that was 7 and this is 8. The revenue of the rest is going to be £4.68 multiplied by 35. How can we do that reasonably quickly? That is where we want to use our 10s and our 5s. So what I can turn that into is 468 times 10, which is going to give me 4680. Another, let me make some space here, another 468 times 10 is 4680. Then another one, another 4680, and then multiplying by 5 is half of multiplying by 10, so it's going to be 2340. That's the figure I want to add. Adding all of those up, we're almost at home stretch. Proper task to build your resilience. Can you keep going? We have 0, 8 3s are 24, and 4, and 24 and 4 will give you 28. So I have an 8 and a 2 to carry over. 6 3s are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we have 23, a 2 to carry over. 4, 4, 4, another 4. 4 4s are 16, so 163.80. And now we can go to stage 9. What is stage 9? What do I need to do now? I need to get my total revenue. I need my total revenue. How much income I've had, and what have we done for the revenue? What are we looking at here? We're looking at for the mugs. So the mugs, it was, let's go back to the top. What was the cost for the mugs? 360. 360 for the 200 mugs. We earned 360. Then for the pens at full price. So the pens at full price, when I go back to the pens at full price, where was that? 65 pens at full price gave us 338. So 338 pounds was the income from that, or the revenue. And then the pens at 10% off, the 10% discount, that came in at 163.80. We need to add all of those figures up. That will be your total revenue. That take away your costs will be your profit. Adding the zeros, adding the 8, 8 and 3 is 11. So we got a 1 to carry, 11 and a 1 to carry over. 6 and 6, 12, 13, 13 and 3 is 16. 1 to carry over again, 3 and 3, 6, 7, 8, 861.80. Now that we have that price, we can finish our total revenue. We go up 861.80. Let's put that in 860. What we're looking at now is 861.80 take away 630 pounds. That is what's going to give us our profit. So profit, I can write it now down for step 10. 10 steps. Oh my goodness. Profit 861.80. Take away 630 pounds, and getting that, give me some space. Our last step, that is 231 pounds and 81 pence profit. At this stage, you start thinking, what was the question? Kim says she made at least 225 pounds profit. Is she correct? We've just worked out that the profit is 231.80. That's the profit we've worked out. So is Kim correct? The answer is yes. And wow, was that? That is a test of resilience, to go through all these calculations using your strategies, your 10s, your 5s, etc. You multiplying by 100, etc. You can do a question like this without a calculator. In fairness, it is a calculator question, but it's excellent non-calculator practice work. It's excellent work about keeping track of your calculations, and I do so much hope that you enjoyed doing that and going through it, that you use the pause is your power to do the calculations for yourself, even if you weren't sure where to start. Maybe you did it differently, more efficiently, because my original method was definitely the way of just multiplying the profits on each individual mug and each individual pen. Maybe one day I'll do it like that, or a question similar I'll do like that. Way better. But we got there in the end, and I got to showcase some really nice mathematical strategies. Hope you found that useful. It is time to say bye-bye. We've got to say bye-bye. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow. For tomorrow, what are we going to be doing? Should I give you a sneak peek? Yeah, quick peek. That's the question we're going to start with tomorrow. Bye-bye for now. That was a quick peek. Yes, video. You can go back at it. Simple question with some ones. What's the answer going to be? That's next tomorrow. That's our starting point tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. It is bye-bye from Mr. D.